So I'm in the process of building a speed control mechanism for a Cazeneuve HBX360 that has had the Reeves drive removed, or it's a variator drive, which was hydraulic, and the previous owner before me had put a VFD in here. So there's a potentiometer that runs the speed, and I would like to be able to use the native controls. So what you see here is this is the square rod that runs underneath the apron, as on most lathes, and then this is the lever that actuates it, and it runs used to run the speed. And these are all native to the machine. This lever down here, it's native, but it's built a little differently. I've had to remake it to fit the things I want. So this is the way it used to work, up and down. And this end was connected to a piston that would control the variator drive. So this is all native to the machine. And then I'm going to put you on pause and I'll show you some more. So here you'll see this is one of several pictures over here I've taken of the lathe. And to figure out where this mechanism sits in regards to everything. And so you'll see down here, this right here, this is the lever at its max in that direction. And if I turn this on, let's see here, that's a max down, and now you'll see right here, this is kind of the max up position, see, and then I can turn this one off, and now we'll just have the one. So I was able to overlay all these pictures on here and kind of work out some angles. So this is a menu with all the different little rods in here. They're a little difficult to see in here the way it's set, but that is how we got to this. And I made this diagram here of sketches to represent these angles of movement. And these outside two here, these are the maximum distance that this will move. It's been constrained not to move that far. On the other side of the on the other side of this portion of the lathe here, on the other side of this right here, this little space here, that's, you can see the garage door through here. There's a window, and there's a little lever out here, and there's a cutout window. So as this lever here actually moves up and down in here, it has a little pointer that sticks out here that shows up in this window, and it's a mechanical indication of the speed of the lathe. And so that's what these here we go. That's what all these. Now this is the max distance of the window here. So this is speed up and this is speed down. So this would be 0, and in the window this would be 3,500 RPM because it's to here now. I give a little extra than that. I'll show you there's another limit to keep the potentiometer from running. But so this is the native lever, and this is how I got to this. So I'm gonna pause you and bring in a different view. So here is the entire mechanism as far as I have it drawn right now. Now this is only for the speed control. You'll see that right here, this is another point, and there's going to be another lever that will rotate around this axis just like this one does, and it will run the on, or actually forward, reverse, and off, and it will run out here too, and it will then line up right beside this one off of here though, but they'll come out the same place, and then that mechanism will in time be built in this space right here, and a lever will come out here and it'll come back, and it's going to run a cam and some sub-miniature micro switches that will run that. But for now, this is where I'm at. This is just the speed control. I'll do another video when I have the forward reverse control. So to give you an idea of things here. So so you understand all this. We'll get rid of this, the long lever that goes on the lathe, and all this. We'll get this out of here just to make our life a little easier as far as viewing. So here we have, this is just a slot in the back that runs, so this here runs up and down and pushes a pin in and out of that slot. And then if I come back around here, show you on the right side, you can see down in here, this plate here, I'm going to remove it in a minute. This plate here has a slot in it that the pin runs in. So if I remove this plate, now you can see the internals of the mechanisms and where they run. So this right here is actually it's not drawn well, but it's a rack gear, and this is a potentiometer gear. And this rack then runs this up and down here, and the rack is held in place by these two basically crossheads that I will solder onto the end of the rack, and then to keep it captured within the mechanism. See, so we put the plate back on, and it covers everything up. And then these two screws here, this one here on the bottom here, and this one here on the top, they will limit the travel of this rack gear so that it won't outrun the rotational limits of the potentiometer itself. And that's basically the system and how it'll end up working. So, and then this here plate here, this plate here will mount actually onto the lathe. You'll see this here. So there's this spot here. It's hard to see, but this flat surface on the lathe that will mount to it with some screws that go right through here and through here. And then this will just hang out into space down here. It shouldn't be a problem. I might have to do something to stiffen it. I don't know yet. We haven't got that far. I won't know until I actually start building it. This is just the design that gives me something to build. So I hope that explains things to you, so you guys kind of understand a little better. This mechanism I have been working on, I don't know what the version this is. This is the third or fourth one I built, but this one should work. Should work. So, like I said, then up here we'll have another part.